poetry in motion. Yo, some days I'm in the streets, some days I can't sleep, some days I don't eat. My girl tripping on this rap shit like it ain't happening. Some days I want to, but don't cheat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's edition of Vicarious Views. I'm Stephen Pond, and we're hanging out with my main man, Big Krit.
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Same to you, brother.
We have a special event tonight.
Yeah.
Big Krit is coming in hot after doing a tour with Method Man and the Smokers Club tour a few years ago.
Wow.
Then came back in and did a show on George Street at the College at Charleston, which was live.
Yeah.
And tonight, you are sold out at the Music Forum in Charleston. How
Pretty
important is it to come to this city and represent here in the South?
Oh, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, because the music is still growing. You know, it coming off K.R.I.T, being able to drop is better this way, and you still see the growth. And people still want to come out. This is an experience now because I got the band on deck, so I get to do a lot of those songs that I couldn't used to do it just a DJ. And it's just overwhelming, man, because I didn't drop an album this year in the sense of a major label album. I dropped This Better This Way, and that was it.
Right.
But for people to still accept it like an album, to know the songs off the record, shake them off, it's getting played on radio right now with K.R.I.T and Ludacris.
Some days I don't trust you, some days I don't hustle. You had a good day, and now you type bougie. Some days I'm like, fuck you, some days it's alright.
Come up with.
Oh, yeah,
It's great.
so nice.
Speaking of other artists, right now the Billboard Top 10 list came out earlier this year, and there's been a little controversy about that.
Yeah, I think that's what's the purpose of it.
I think that was what the purpose was. I think the game reached out and was a little disappointed not to see Tupac there.
Yeah.
What about that list do you agree with or not agree with?
You can't. It's not valid. You can't have Tupac. Like, how you not have Tupac?
Right.
Scarface, very important piece as far as lyricism is concerned. Even like Bun B is one of the most lyrical people in the game. Like,
huge.
And you got to still take it back to we talking about what KRS-One. You talking about it's like a long list of artists that just. And then you talking about greatest of all time.
Of all time.
You kind of can't even put nobody in my peer group in there, cause the catalogs ain't long enough.
Some days it was long nights, cause somebody called my phone and they didn't say nothing. Some days it was all fight, but some days I was tripping. Some days I didn't listen, some days I went missing. We
have this new wave of hip hop and rap coming through where half the lyrics I don't even understand. Half the lyrics the audience can't even really hear it. But we're in that turn up era right now where people are talking and they're rapping, but no one really understands. They're just kind of hearing the noise and it's the party zone. But how do you feel about that? And why have you stayed true to your lyrics and true to storytelling?
Well, I would say that music was always built off vibe or mood. I remember at one point you thinking about a lot of what even EDM, it was based off of a feeling. So you didn't necessarily have to understand what the person was saying in order to enjoy the song.
Right.
And so it just became a thing to be so, I guess I wouldn't say lackluster, but so relaxed and so carefree that you really don't care if the listener understands what you're saying. The only problem with me and being from the Deep South is that on the tail end of that, people went so hard on me because they said they couldn't understand what I was saying. Although it's very clear what I was saying most of the time, but when it comes to being lyrical, it's like either you not lyrical enough or you lyrical but the rules keep changing.
What advice do you have for the younger generation right now that's coming up and trying to step into the rap game?
I would say hone your craft, man. Really learn the art form of this. Because once the glamour and the glitz gone and the 15 minutes kind of fade away, especially if you didn't build a foundation from the ground up, then you got to really rely on your talent and your technique and what you're going to do to stand out amongst everybody else. Because it's really easy to get in this game based off of shock value, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have longevity. And then you find yourself people only really rocking with your music because of your lifestyle and not really your music. And then every day a new artist come out that's willing to do something even crazier, even more random than the next.
Right.
So if it ain't about the music, it ain't about the art, then normally it falls to the wayside after a while.
As we're stepping into the new year, 2016, do you see yourself stepping up and doing a few more different collaborations with new artists?
Definitely, man. It's a lot of people I want to work with, not even on the rapping aspect, but just on blues and jazz. Kenneth Whalum is the artist I'm going to work with some more. Gary Clark Jr. is somebody I'm really interested in working with. And for me, it's about kind of the producer. Like, I'm really going to embrace the production side of myself and really start producing for a lot of people, scoring movies, soundtracks, things of that nature.
PJ, the Chicago kid, coming up and being signed with Motown, and you talk about blues and everything else. How important was it to have him as direct support on this tour?
To the max, because he gonna bring that soul. That
True.
A lot of those songs I sample, like he can do that himself, singing and creating it. So for me, it's a balance too, because a lot of the music that I do, I have a lot of introspective records, man, and there's a lot of passion involved. And the homie get up there every night, and it's like he taking to church every night.
Yes.
It's so soulful, it's so passionate, and the way he engages the crowd, it's an experience.
How did you make the decision to have a drum set this year and to have keys?
Man, it was easy. It was like, we got to do something new. This is my 9th tour. You know what I'm saying? So 5 years, my 9th tour. We've been doing this for a long time, and I wanted to give the people something new, and they deserve it. And even me to do something new, to have a different experience. And so what the next step was trying to figure out a way to just keep growing with the band aspect. I'm trying to be the James Brown of rap.
Yes, I know. That is very real.
Between working all night in the studio with the groupie hoes. Some days it's just you, some days I feel pain. Some days I like rain, some days I hate fame. When the deal come around and the checks don't bounce, you're scared. Someday I might change, someday you might tease.
Being from the South, representing MISS, ISS, IPPI, who are you rooting for in the football world right now?
Oh man, I'm a Patriots fan.
You're a Patriots fan.
I'm sorry. I know
that's fine. That's fine. I'm wondering, but being from the South, how are you a Patriots fan?
I mean, because we didn't have a team, so I follow players. You know what I'm saying? And I follow Randy Moss from time he with the Vikings.
That's some country shit right there.
Until he went to the Patriots, and once he stopped, I stayed with the Patriots. And then what you don't know, the cat that caught the interception last year against Seattle was from Columbus, Mississippi, to win the Super Bowl. So it all makes sense at the end of the day.
So you're following players. Being from Mississippi, you're following players right now. It's full circle,
man. But I am proud of Cam Newton, though, man. The homie showing out, and he proved a lot of people wrong. So, I'm still excited to keep seeing what he's doing. You feel me?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. That closes us out with Music Farm Productions. I'm Stephen Pond. Big Krit. Sold out.
It's going down.
Chucktown. It's going down.
Critically acclaimed to a shout out.
Some days I can't say, some days I might lie, some days I don't try, some days I might cry. When I'm on my sick bed and my days drawn short, damn, someday I'm gonna die. Some days.